The Taxpert Profit Extraction App 2022 covers 2 years, the year most recently ended, 21-22, and more significantly, the current tax year, 22-23. And the idea is that we can very easily see for each year what the optimal combination is of salary and dividends for a director shareholder, typically a one-person company who may have incorporated, possibly following the use of our incorporation app. And what I've done is already put in the trading profits for last year, 80,000, and worked out that the optimum combination of salary and dividends is to take 9,568 as salary and the rest as dividends. We're assuming that we want to extract all of the post-tax profit by way of dividend. And if I then look at the 22-23 calculation, which is perhaps more significant, I've already put in 95,000 of profit. You'll notice, as with the incorporation app, that I've got a toggle between FY22 and FY23 because that builds in the possible increased corporation tax rate. So you're sure next year the corporation tax would be 21,425 on 95,000, whereas this year it's only 18,050. So we can use it also to look at the optimal combination for next year. But let me click optimize on the 22-23 calculation. It takes a little while to go through its routine. We've found a result, and the optimum salary is going to be it's 11,908 here. Always interesting to see what the solution is with the rest as dividends. And that then tells me that I'm going to be better off next year by 7,521 down at the bottom. Mind you, that's because the profits have gone up by 15,000. One or two other things we can put into the calculator. Always it's the yellow fields that have got entries, and here I've got self-employment and other non-savings income can go in, and that'll do the calculations. Let's just do that toggle for FY23. And we'll see there that we haven't got enough to distribute the same dividend. Let me re-optimize, and what that will do is show the lower dividend that we can get, and I think we'll end up with the same salary of 11,908, but we then get a lower dividend of 64,512, so a slightly worse, not as well off in that scenario. And then, as with the other apps, you've got the workings. So if I look at the 22-23 workings, that shows how the allowances are allocated and how the savings rate band, etc., goes into the tax calculation. We can also use the profit extraction app for individuals who are Scottish. So if it's a Scottish taxpayer, I would expect the net income figures to reduce because of the higher tax rates in Scotland. In fact, that's quite interesting. The net figures haven't reduced there, but that may well be because, I know why that is. The reason for that, unlike on the other presentations in this series, is that the Scottish rates only apply to the non-savings income. So because the salaries there are below the Scottish starting rate threshold, there isn't in fact any consequence of, or covered by the personal allowance in each case, consequence from being Scottish. But let me just go back to, yes, Scottish, just to show you something else. If I then ask, are you of state pension age? Given you're Scottish, the answer is aye or nay. But if the answer is aye, here I would expect the net figures to go up because, and again, shows you what my expectations should be. No, I wouldn't, because national insurance is only on the salary and we're going to be below the thresholds. But if I were to increase the salary, and let's suppose for some reason, possibly mortgages, that salary goes to 45,000, then the dividend here could only be 24,308. So I'm looking at the 21-22 calculation. Now, on that analysis, if you're a Scottish pensioner, let's look at the net value there, that's really what I want to focus on. So the Scottish pensioner 55,946, not a pensioner, it goes down because of the national insurance. And then at that level of salary, not Scottish, I'd expect it to go up. That 51,694 goes up to 52,138. So you can see how it's all working out, all the different combinations of taxpayer. But the main benefit of this, the main purpose of it, is very easily to see what the optimal combination of salary and dividend should be.